it is Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful layouts from start to finish with easy to follow guides. Okay, let's get going here. Okay, 1 second, I'm just gonna share this. And so, as I promised, hey Michelle, as I promised, I have a new sketch ready. So at the end of the video, the sketch you'll be able to download it. So, okay, I can turn this off now and add myself in here. So at the end of the video, the sketch you'll be able to download it. So if you just comment sketch, I'll add the link in after. And this is a new sketch. So it's fun and it's not a lot of paper. And this is going to be the second time I'm going to do it. So I'll show you the original. So I'm just going to move this up out of here. So, and we're going to make it as Christmas in July. So this is what I've turned into. Here, there we go. Okay. So I took, this was the original layout. Oh, why am I zoomed in so much? Let's zoom out there a little bit. Sorry, I'm not going to go too fast because I don't want to make anybody dizzy. Okay, so this is the original sketch that I'm going to do a take on today, but we're going to turn it into Christmas. We're going to keep some of the things and we're going to change some of the things. Just have to find a spot to put that. I'll bring it back in after. But absolutely. So we're going to have some fun. I said earlier, okay, why is that so weird? I guess I zoomed out too much, so it was filling in the space. I said I was going to go back and get old photographs. Okay, so here, I'll go through what I'm going to use today. So we've got white pines because it's Christmas in July. We're going to do a shaker window again because we're going to keep that element. I've got some bling here. We're going to do something fun with some almond ink, and I think you're going to like it. Hey, Loretta. It's just kind of like a little fun. We're going to make it look like a torn present at the top. Okay, and then to stuff my shaker, get that piece of washi out there, we're going to use some beads. So I have... Because I'm going to use French vanilla as my background, I went with like the beads that are off-white and red to kind of go with the white pines. So that's what we're going to stuff our shaker with. And then I have all these photographs. And you guys, these are so cute. I literally couldn't believe them when I found them. So this is... and I thought it was kind of appropriate because the layout that I used to base the sketch off of was his graduation from high school. So when I saw these cute pictures from Christmas, so this is 2003. So he was like 2 at Christmas. So I thought it was super funny that then you like the toffee. Yes. So I thought that it was very appropriate. So I'm going to just show you the difference. Now I put that something down on top of it, but let's see. Well, this is not really a good photo of him because he's like sticking out his tongue. It's like the end of the night and they're all dancing. But so from that to that, I thought it was very funny that we would, that's how it would turn out. So he was so cute. And he's wearing like a Barney t-shirt too. So I thought that was very applicable. Okay. So here we go. So for the sketch, we have like a big solid background. So I'm going to go with French vanilla. I'm gonna just put this down with some stuff on top of it because it's gonna make the camera go wonky until we get some stuff down there. There we go. It's a little bit dark. I have everything closed up because again, we're having one of those smoking hot days and it's super humid. So I have everything closed up so no light can get inside my house. So, okay, so here we go. I have a lot of photos and we're gonna make our shaker. So here we go. So we're going to just literally follow our sketch. I'm going to put it over here. We're going to do one side at a time. But first, we're going to do this fun little thing that I want to try. Okay, so no, you know what? We're going to put some stuff down first because then I'll know where I want to do my treatment on my page. I'm so worried that it's going to crazy autofocus. So, oh, see? Just one sec. There we go. Okay. So, we're going to do the left side and the right side. They're different. So, like I said, I have French vanilla. French vanilla is the same on the top and on the bottom. And in the sketch, we have a nice big piece in the middle. So I'm going to get this down so that my camera stops focusing and making me mental. Okay, so this is a nice big piece, and this is my favorite piece of paper from, just a second, from this paper pack because it reminds me of like a Christmas sweater. So this piece is 6 by 12. So I'm going to put it right in the center of the layout. And then I'm hoping it might actually help with that autofocus. I was not thinking when I decided to use French vanilla as the background. It's just because there's so much white space that the camera is trying to balance the white space all the time. And that one is empty, but I think we have enough in here. If not, we'll have to refill it. But okay, so like I said, we have this nice big piece in the middle and it's 6 inches. So I'm going to put it 3 inches from the top and 3 inches from the bottom. And then we're going to build our little borders on the top and the bottom. Okay, so on this example, also, I did a big long photograph. We're not going to do that today. We're going to break it up. But so here you can see I've got like a thick one, then the glitter, and then a thinner one. But today we're going to have the glitter be a little bit thicker. I'm going to use toffee as my thin strip. And then I have these snowflake pieces for my little bit wider pieces. Okay, so this is kind of what we're building here. We're going to build this on the top and the bottom, and then we're going to add our little fun feature here. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is add this piece. So just on the top and the bottom. Okay. And we're going to do a fun treatment at, I think at the bottom of this page and the top of the other page. So, because if you remember on the other side, we don't have the same big cluster in the middle. We just have these pieces along the bottom. So I'm going to do something up here on this side and up over here, or down here on the other side. Okay. So because it was Christmas that I was doing, like Christmas in July here, I figured I could make my glitter section on this layout bigger than the other one. So I don't know if you remember, but for my skinny piece here, I'm going to run my adhesive right along the edge of my paper there. and it's going to be wider, but I know that I have more that's going on top. So any adhesive that's over the edge of this skinny strip will have adhesive on, the adhesive will just go onto this thicker strip. So this is the Scarlet glitter paper because I thought it was perfect with the white pines and Christmas. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. This is going to come together nice and quickly. So here I have a skinny strip. Okay. And then I have my Scarlet glitter paper. And all the measurements are on the sketch, so you don't really need to worry about following. It's super easy, the sketch. And it's nice because it's not a ton of paper, but it's totally a versatile sketch. And like I said, I'll show you how we're going to switch out I think it's the zigzag paper maybe. I'll see if I keep this in here, if that'll help. Okay. So we have this side done. Now we need to do, we'll see if this helps because we're just about to have the same. Okay, so now I have the French vanilla and I'm going to add all my pieces along the bottom here, and then I'm going to do my treatment at the top there. So I'll try just maybe leaving this here. Okay, so I have the same pieces, right? So I'm going to put my Scarlet glitter paper across the bottom. So these strips will end up being equal with the left-hand side. And then have the floating frames over top. So I think, if I remember correctly, I have 7 photographs. And I have, I have 8 photographs. Okay, same thing, right? I'm just running some adhesive along the edge. Because if anything, it's obviously going to be wider than because this is just a 1/4 inch strip, but because I have another layer going above it, I don't need to worry about it. And you don't have to sit there and try and get adhesive on that 1/4 inch strip. Susan, why are you watching me from the beach? Okay, so then I'm going to add this fun snowflake piece, and then we're going to have our fun. So this will be one of the first ways that I'm going to switch up the sketch. We are going to do something fun, like I said, at the top of this page and the bottom of the other, so that they kind of balance each other out. Okay. So now, okay. I'm just going to get my all-purpose mat because I'm just going to go over the top. So I have 2 pieces of that snowflake paper, and they're like 1.5 inches by like 4 inches, okay? And here is what we're going to do. I want to rip up here and kind of peel it back so this kind of pokes through, because I kind of thought then it looks like kind of like somebody's ripped open a Christmas present a little bit. So here is what we're going to do. I'm going to add my adhesive onto 3 edges of this paper. Okay, so 1, 2, and then across the bottom. And then I'm just going to tuck it underneath where I think I want to open it up. So I'm going to go about 1.5 inches. Okay, and I want to rip it so I see my snowflake come through. So Here we go. So 1.5 inches, and I'm just going to slide this underneath. Okay, so you can see, right? But because I put adhesive down here around the 3 outer edges, the top is open. Okay, so it's like a pocket there. Okay, so now I'm just going to throw my all-purpose mat underneath here. And I have almond ink because I tried toffee and I thought it was too dark. So I'm just going to make a mark with pencil where my 2 edges of my paper are, and I'm just going to add some toffee or almond ink on here. Okay, so I'm just loading up my sponge with a little bit. And just patting it down. And I know I'm going to tear into here, so I just kind of want it over that space. And I'm pouncing because I really like the effect you get from the sponge. Okay, so then now I know, because I have a pocket, I'm just going to rip it and expose that piece underneath. I'll get rid of my pencil marks in a minute. So I can tear it, and I know that I have underneath all of that is that piece of paper. And then I just have the little bit of the almond poking through to make it look a little more distressed. And if I wanted to, I could go back in and pounce a little bit on my white there, just so that it's not quite so, well, my French vanilla, so it's not quite so white. So that's just kind of what I'm doing there. So I know I'm not going to go past, right? So now that's the one side. Now let's do the other side. So I did at the top on the right. So we're going to do the same thing over here on the bottom so that they're opposite each other, right? So same thing. I have the same size piece of paper, but you could totally alter the size of paper you want. So whatever pattern I want showing up, that's the paper I'm going to add my adhesive onto, right? So I'm adding on the 3 edges again. And the handy part about doing it this way is then you also know you're not going past, like you're not just going to rip your paper and it'll all be gone. Okay, so I'm just going to move this up here so you guys can see it. And I'm going to do it about the same probably. That's 1.5 inches right there, and I'm just tucking it in. I can just straighten it out. This would have been so much easier. Look at this. Okay, so I flipped it over. That's 1.5 inches. I know I've got no adhesive at the top. It's at the bottom and on both edges. There we go. Okay, I can move this out of the way. So this is the bottom of this layout. So same thing, just so I don't end up with it all over my Versamats, because then I will put my hand back in them. So same thing, I'm just going to pounce it over that same kind of area. Okay, and then I can open my pocket and rip as much as I want. And you can make it as tidy or as ragged as you want. And then, I didn't even do pencil this time. So there you go. Now it looks like it's kind of ripped out of the bottom there. Okay. So that was the fun little thing I thought I would add to this one. Let's close up this ink because I'm going to end up with it all over myself. We all know me well enough to know that. Okay, so now it's just really a matter of making our shaker. So get all my rips off of there. So we're going to do this same shaker on this side. I'm going to change this into a cluster of stickers, and I'm going to keep my journal in here. So on the new one, I have 3 photos, the same as this. 3, and I have 4 and 5. I'm going to create my title here, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a lot of photos we're going to add onto here, right? So let's lay out the photos. So I think I'll take this out of here, and I can make myself a little bit smaller so you guys can see more. Okay, so there we go. Now we've got everything side by side. Okay, so okay. Look at Hannah's expression on her face. Her eyes are like bugging out of her head. I was so excited when I found these photos. Okay, so for the mats, so most of my photos are 3x3s, but I have a 3x4 that's going to sit here in the middle. Okay, and then so I have mats that are avocado, glacier, and candy apple. Okay, so my thought here is I don't want the same mat side by side, and then we're going to do some decorative paper, and then toffee is the I have for the shaker element there. So let me just see if this is how I laid these out. Oh, see here you can see the top of his Barney shirt. So now I need to just get all this ripped up paper out of the way. Okay. So see, it kind of looks it looks neat now that I've got some more stuff on here. That little distressed edge there we got going on. Okay, I think, and then we're gonna, instead of a shaker here, I'm gonna use one of the stickers from the White Pine sticker sheet. So I picked out this big sticker. So you can see I've got avocado and glacier and candy apple, and I put them all not beside each other. I think I've got it back kind of how I had it before, but because Christmas is always so many colors too, I thought this is kind of perfect to make all of the mats different colors but still match in the family of the paper pack. So you can see here, this bottom kind of lines up here, right? So we're going to add these pieces in here. We're going to build our shaker, and then I'm going to create a cluster of stickers here. I created a journaling box. You guys have seen me do that lots before. So maybe we'll do this side first because it's pretty easy just to add these photos in. So I think I'm going to pop this up on 3D foam tape. So I'm going to do that first because this is a big honkin' sticker. I'm going to take the stick off of it. So I'm just using my anti-static pouch. Okay. And I'm going to add 3D foam tape to it. And then This is the end of my 3D foam tape. But I think I still have skinny. Okay. Hey, everybody that is popping on now. So then I'm going to add 3D foam tape to the top 2 photos too, but I'm going to make these flat because I popped this out, and that's enough. I want them to sit behind because this is quite a big sticker. So I know it's bigger than, not upside down, Chris. That would be bad. Okay, so same kind of thing. This on the other one was where I put the rectangular shaker with the title, but I wanted to go with a big title here. So I'm going to put 3D foam tape on these 2 photos. So I'm going to add these mats down first. And see. So I've got no color side by side. So there's about probably half an inch from this side, and then I'm going to put the other side, and then I'll put that one in, the red one in the middle, the candy apple. And I can just follow this line on the paper. I could also get my Versamat out again, but okay. And now I'm just going to sandwich this one right in between the 2 of them. Okay, so now I'll put my 3D foam tape on my 2 photos. You guys had to know there was a layout coming for Christmas in July. So, and I'm glad I actually could get this. I was a little bit nervous because I was out for a lot of the day yesterday, so I wasn't sure if I was actually going to get everything uploaded and ready to go, but it is. So okay, so let's make sure we don't put them on upside down. So you can see too, it totally doesn't matter that I have like crazy colors in all of my photographs, because they kind of just go because I put in so many different colors to match the paper. Okay, so then this one is a 3x4. So, and this is replacing like that big long photograph from the other layout. We're going to do something fun in the shaker too. So I have the beads for the shaker, and we're going to add, I think, one of the stickers inside the shaker. So I used pattern paper again for the background of the shaker. Okay, there we go. Just to add a little bit more fun. So, okay, there we go. Now I'm going to add my 2 mats down for my photos in the bottom layer. Okay, so I'm just lining it up with the top because I know my sticker fits, right? That's why I put the tape behind my sticker before, so I knew where my sticker was going to go. This year, so this is 2003, and Hannah was obsessed with strawberry shortcake. She got a strawberry shortcake house that year for Christmas, and she was super excited. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to add these ones flat. We'll do the little bit of embellishment at the very end. And you might be surprised what I pulled for my extra sparkle. So on the grad layout, I used sequins, but we're going to do something a little bit different. Oh, and maybe we need some more stickers too. But let's see what we're gonna do here. Okay, so now you can see it kind of just overlaps my photographs. So there we go. That's fun. Okay, so now we're gonna do this side. So for this one, okay, so this is gonna be the shaker. And I think I'll pop this one up. And then we'll pop this photo up too. Okay, so just want to make sure I don't have colors side by side that I don't want. Okay. So then, I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second, just so I can line up my photographs down the middle. So I'm going to make the bottom of my row of photographs so I can add these all in, the bases. I'm going to make them at like the 3.5 inch mark. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to make the shaker after I have this down. I'm going to place it down first. So I'm going about 3.5 inches from the bottom, so right about here, and I want to go an inch in, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and then I'm going to add, I think that works. Let's just, I'm not going to push hard down, just so I can make sure. Because I kind of want everything really tight together. Yeah, okay, so that's enough room. Okay, so I've gone like an inch from each side and 3.5 inches up, and I'm going to set this. Okay, guys, you need more tape runner. Oh, thank you, Tara. I will add the links as soon as I'm off. And like I said, it's all ready to go. I got it uploaded and everything beforehand. So, and this one is going to be a super versatile sketch too. So, I had a feeling I might run out. I should have grabbed some. Okay. Okay, so same thing. I'm 1 inch from the edge and 3.5 inches from the bottom. Okay, so I have those two outside ones. Okay, so now I'll touch them down. And now I'll add this one in the middle. Okay, so we'll still do our shaker here, but I'm going to add my photo here in the middle. Okay, and then I'm just going to go up like 1/8 of an inch because I wanted everything really tight together. So I think we'll pop, like I said, we're going to pop these two things up. So I'm going to add my backgrounds, or my mats, I guess, not my backgrounds really. There we go. I'm doing my 2 outside ones, right? And then I'll add my one in the middle. And I'm just lining them up with my underneath part. There we go. Okay, so this photo will be flush. So funny, I had the guard on still. Okay, so then we're gonna pop this up, and we're gonna make a fun little embellishment cluster there, and we're gonna pop this photo up. Something has gone crooked here. There we go. Okay. So we'll do some 3D foam tape here. So you could obviously very easily switch out your photo sizes. I was originally actually going to do it with big photos, like 4x6s on the other side, where I swapped out for that big long photograph. But I thought that was too different from the original sketch. So when you see me remake it, because you know I will, I'm gonna probably switch it out for larger size photos as like a rework at one point. So you can watch for that. And that won't be Christmas, because we will no longer be in our week Christmas in July. Okay, so now I'm gonna pop this one up too. But I think I'm just going to use thin 3D foam tape because we're going to embellish it. So we're going to build our shaker window now. And I want to put something fun in the shaker. So I didn't do it last time. I thought I did. We are going to add, I think, one of our stickers in there. So I'm at the ends of lots of things today. So funny. Okay. Here we go. For Shirley. Okay, so here we go. So I want to, this is the one we're going to turn into a shaker. So I want to use this present because I want to bring in that toffee more. But the present is too big the way it is. So we are going to cut it. So I know I've showed you this trick before, but I always take the backing off of my stickers, like when there's a sticker sheet, the parts that are in between, I pull that off so that you can see the true size of the sticker. It makes it easier to also cut around your stickers. So I did that earlier, but if you, it helps you with a few kind of things. It actually shows you the true size something is a little bit more than with the backing still around it. Okay, so my thought was I'm going to cut my sticker right there to add into my shaker. So, but the first thing I want to do is I think I'm going to build my shaker, and then we'll add the sticker in. But I'm just going to put it on my trimmer. think. Oh, there it is. So I know for sure I can't fit more in there than that much of the sticker. And I might have to trim off a little bit more, but we'll start with that and see what happens. So I can still use that part later. Okay, so we'll get 2 presents, I think, in that shaker. So I have just one of our shaker, foam and shaker acetate sheets with the foam. And so I need this middle one. So these ones, for whatever reason, the process they must use to punch them, these ones don't stick as much as the circles, like these little membranes in the middle. But I'm just going to run my piercing tool around the frame that I want because I'm pulling it out of the middle. So if it was stuck on the membranes, right, then when I pull it off, it'll warp. So I'm also gentle when I pull it up. Okay, just like that. So and it's kind of fun with the pattern paper underneath for the shaker. Okay, so now I'm just going to tap off some of this powder because it's like everywhere. Okay, so now I'm just going to make sure my present fits and I don't have to cut off more, and it does. So I'm going to add that down. And the advantage to it being a sticker too, right, is it's going to stick to the background and not get in the way of whatever I put inside my shaker. So there we go. So then we need to stuff it. And so these are what I picked, these 2 colors of beads, because I thought they went the best with white pines. So I'm pretty sure they're from opposite packages though. Yeah. So these cream colored ones are from the Brights, and the red ones are from the Bold. So here we go. Oh, that's so cute. So now I need to put the lids on those because they're tiny and I will send them flying. We all know that. Okay. So don't forget there is acetate on your shaker. Or a covering, a coating, a plastic coating on the acetate sheet. So I just use my piercing tool just right on the edge, and that's normally enough to find it. So now I'm just going to pull the backing off my foam tape. Then I'm going to lay my acetate sheet down. Oh, so cute. Okay, so then I'm going to use liquid glass to glue down my frame, and I just cut this with our square thin cut. And the toffee, I picked the toffee and not one of the brighter colors because I wanted to tie in the toffee that I have in like my little thin strip, and then on the other side of the layout. So I'm just going to add my liquid glass. Onto my frame, and we will I'm just going to put something heavy on it for it to dry for a few seconds, and then we'll embellish our little cluster here. I'm going to add something over here, I think. So we're just going to look at our sticker sheets really quickly. So I'm just laying my frame and it fits perfectly. But also for a square shaker or a rectangular shaker, if you want to cut your own, they are super easy to make that shape. Okay, so now I'm just going to move those bitty beads out of the way, or we're going to for sure have a big mess. Okay, so let's look at the stickers. So on the sketch, it says here embellishment cluster, and then there's another embellishment cluster here. So we're going to add those two things right now. And like I said, we're going to use stickers for this one. You might see something different when we do it a different time. So I think, okay, so I think I might use these. So I have Filled with Joy, and I think I need something not red here. So we do have this one, Special Delivery. So see how by taking the backing off, it makes it super quick to cut apart the sticker sheet. So I can even just lay them down and figure out what I would like to do. So I think I might add a tree, but I'm just not sure if this tree is too big. So I'll cut it out apart. And I might use, oh, this tree is good. There we go. So then, okay, so because I have candy apple and glacier and avocado as my three kind of colors that I'm playing with the toffee, I also want to bring in those colors into my clusters here, right? So I need something glacier, I think. So I think I might go with this snowflake here. So same thing here too. I'll try and pull in all my colors. That I think is what we're gonna do there. So now I need something more over here. So I think I'm going to use this as my avocado piece. This will be my candy apple. And maybe we will do this small snowflake over here like this. Okay, so let's see how this goes, and then I'll have to bring it over onto the other side. Okay, so I'm going to go with my snowflake down, and then I'm going to pop this one up. So whoever watched last week, I couldn't get my liquid glass open out of my tip. So I did, what happened was I had left it on my desk open, so I had glue dried inside. So that's totally my own fault. And so I had to dig out another bottle to use. But I just need to soak my lid, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But yes, very good eye, Judy. Very good eye. So, It's not like I haven't done it before, because I have. Because quite often I'll sit and I've got all sorts of things open on my desk, and my liquid glass is one that I forget to close for sure. There we go. And then, so I'm going to put my tree down right on top like that, and it fits just perfectly. And then I'm going to do this label on thin 3D foam tape. I'm going to pop that snowflake up on 3D foam tape, the regular. So just like that. And then there we go. Absolutely. I will add the link in as soon as I'm finished. This is a fun one, like I said, and it doesn't take a lot of paper, but you can make it look really different. So over the next little bit, you'll see me do a few fun things, I think, with it. Okay, so then, okay, I'm gonna put my snowflake there. Okay, so let's bring in the other side so we can decide. Okay, this is dry now, just so I don't send my blocks flying. Okay, and I can move my ruler out of the way. We've got everything stuck down. Okay, so now I'm going to just, I think, let's just look at my little, what we've got going on here for stickers left. I've got lots. So let's do, let's see here. Glacier. And candy apple. So on this side, I don't really want big things. I think I'm just going to add a little cluster right here. So I might use this avocado one instead, and then use one of the snowflakes from my glacier. Okay, and I'm actually going to do it up there. So I'm going to use this and put it right here on my photograph. So there I have the candy apple, and I have my avocado, and then I'm going to use one of these snowflakes to bring the glacier in there. Okay, we're getting close. Almost done. I did not feel like that was straight, so we're going to straighten it out. There we go. Okay, just a sec. There it is. I'm like, I know, I picked something. Here we go. So I'm going to put this just on a little bit of thin. And then my snowflake. And look at that, I have this somehow popped out onto my desk, so we'll just use that. So that's just the circles from the inside of a different shaker. So I use Scarlet for the glitter. So, and it's not shimmer trim, it's glitter paper. So that was what I picked because we don't have like a red shimmer trim right now. Oops, sorry. Okay, so last thing, I'm just gonna add some glitter. So I'm gonna just add there. I think my camera's maybe slightly crooked today. It's what's throwing me off. So I'm gonna use some Bluebell glitter gems, and I'm just gonna add in 3 to like each of the clusters here. So just for a little more sparkle. They will be a little bit harder to see on the zigzag paper, but oh, I think this turned out so cute and so different than the original. The other one has a completely different feel to it. So I'll again show you the original. So I will add photos of this one on this page this weekend. But on the actual sheet is the photos from the last one that I did. Okay, so that turned out super cute. Okay, so don't forget, there's a sketch. So we'll go over, I'll show you the original. So this is, I did this one, which was super fun. I had a super long photograph here, and I did a shaker for the title and then another shaker over here. And then this is just an embellishment cluster where I added sequins on top to kind of bring it into the 3 spots. So this is what I did with this one. And so here you can see I used the glitter paper for the smaller pieces on this one, and then pattern paper in the 2 bigger spots. But because this was Christmas, I thought we could handle a little bit more glitter into those big spaces. So I used glitter in this big space, toned it down with the toffee, and then pattern paper for the rest. We did this fun little ripping distress peekaboo element on each of the opposite corners. And I showed you a super easy trick to do that. We did a shaker with the beads this time, and not a shaker for the title because this title is like got a lot of bulk to it. Well, we did have snow when I took these pictures, so but like I said, so there's a sketch. If you just comment sketch, the link is all ready to go, and I will add it in right away. And I'm sure you guys will see some fun stuff coming with this sketch. So because I liked it really because too, it's a super easy way to mix and match packs of paper if you just have little bits of stuff left over. Because this is the biggest piece of paper that I have, which is 6 inches, right? So when I did it with the stars and sparklers, I used the mix-ins to add more bulk to what I had left in my stash, right? So there you go, guys. I hope you have an awesome day, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye, guys.